Thinking about Pluribus again and aliens, and this wild chain of thought popped up in my head. What if a super advanced civilization didn't really want to invade us, but instead you wanted to basically administer them from 600 light years away? And what if they did it using one of the oldest hacks in the book? All right, so 600 light years away, that is your first clue. If they're there, they're not going to be sending ships because that is a logistical nightmare. They're going to be sending information, a signal. And at that distance, well, they're not reacting to us now. They're reacting to the version of us that started broadcasting radio or lighting up our atmosphere with industry, maybe carbon dioxide emissions. They're making a decision about the potential that they saw centuries ago. Now, the goal could be pacification, not destruction. You want to take a loud, a chaotic, potentially dangerous part of the galaxy, turn it into a quiet, stable, and peaceful one. Now, how are you going to do that remotely 600 light years away? It's going to be heck. You're not going to send an army, you're going to send a virus. Think about how a hacker takes over a computer network. They're not going to smash the door down. They're going to trick one user into clicking a link that installs a remote access Trojan. That gives them backdoor access into your computer. And then from there, they can move on laterally. They can affect a whole bunch of other computers and machines. And you can escalate privileges and access to the network. And so you control everything like a botnet. You can then issue commands from every infected computer at once from a command and control server. Now let's scale that up to a civilization. So an alien phishing email sounds like, well, it's a little too perfect. It's a beautiful packet. Let's say you get that first email from an alien technology. It could be something that looks really interesting. You would download it and you would integrate it. That idea is the remote access technology. It's not corrupting our files, it's rewriting our social and psychological operating system. It could spread laterally through culture, education, technology, or through your brain. It would escalate privileges and so controls more and more stuff ambition, curiosity, aggression, your core drives. The command and control here isn't real time chat, it's the autonomous logic baked into the virus itself. Let's say the virus could say, if you achieve global connectivity and space travel, initiate social cohesion protocol. Or if warfare reaches nuclear levels, dampen competitive drives. And just like that, without sending a single ship, you could achieve a planetary scale botnet. We would become a pacifist, stable civilization, not destroyed, but managed. Now, here's the interesting thing the show might actually be about something else. We've already been running a program that does something like this on ourselves for thousands of years. What if, long before we ever dreamed about aliens, we needed a way to hack our own chaotic and violent, newly self aware brain to get tribes of hairless apes to join together and cooperate on a big scale? Well, we invented a distributed, mimetic remote access Trojan with a transcendent, non corporeal command and control center, and we call it religion. Think about it, the initial revelation of the phishing link, the sacred text, the prophetic vision. It installs a new operating system, concepts of sin and karma, heaven, hell, or divine law. And it would spread laterally, converting individuals, then families, then empires, and would escalate to become the foundation of law and culture in a society. And the resulting botnet that you get, the faithful, that's directed towards huge civilization stabilizing tasks, building pyramids, massive monuments, organizing huge societies, waging coordinated wars, or enforcing moral codes that reduce internal violence. The benefit for the imagined, I don't know, server or god or gods, you get a stable, coherent system. The benefit for us, the nodes in the network, was that it worked. It helps us build a world that's bigger than our tribal instincts. I'm not saying religion is an alien hack. That is just a sci fi plot in a TV show. But this interesting structure, the way a self replicating idea can install itself on a population, change core behaviors, and direct large scale action from a seemingly distant source, that's really kind of similar. I see it every Sunday. And it makes you wonder, what does it mean to be free in a system, whether it's a computer network or a botnet or a belief structure? Are we the users or are we in some ways the software itself? Either way, I don't know. You want to keep your ideological antivirus updated, whether it's social media or if you're being